To your left.
Hello, my name is Kathleen Light, L-I-T-H-T, and I reside in Henderson, Nevada. My public records journey started in 2024 when I asked the police for police support in a case where I was the victim. I was told to make a public records request. I was then told they first had to close my case. Then I was told the records didn't exist. Months later, I finally received a heavily redacted police report. More questions and answers arose out of what I received, so I made requests to other agencies that were involved. Those requests were not even acknowledged. I submitted complaints about the noncompliance with the Nevada Public Records Act by multiple agencies, including the Attorney General, which is the office that handles public records complaints. There was no response. So what happens when an agency that should be ensuring compliance is not in compliance itself? Well, I had no other option but litigation to compel these agencies to provide these records per the law. I filed as a pro se litigant, and at the first hearing, the AG sent 3 attorneys to argue against production. 1 year later, some records are still being delayed. Most were not produced at all. And I currently owe $1,000 in court costs for the privilege, despite the policy of transparency with regard to public records in Nevada. And I'm left with an incomplete record. As an educated historian, I assure you that redundancy of interagency records is the litmus test as to whether the record is complete. But across 5 agencies, I received no duplicate interagency records at all. This is concerning to me and should be concerning to every Nevadan because the records I am seeking concern a former deputy insurance commissioner for the state of Nevada. This individual was in a high-level position of authority over matters that included insurance regulation, consumer protection, your health care coverage, including mental health treatment, and more. In 2024, that deputy insurance commissioner raped me on video while I screamed and begged for him to stop. The Nevada State Police drafted an expedited warrant, and I was told that the deputy commissioner was being arrested. He was escorted out of his public office by the police, but not arrested. Prosecution had been declined by Clark County District Attorney Steve Wilson without watching the video evidence. Wilson deferred to the Attorney General. The state police then sent the request for prosecution to the Attorney General's office twice, and that office declined prosecution and will not respond to any requests for information as to why. Today, I'm simply trying to understand why no charges were filed against the man who clearly, according to the state's own investigators, raped me while in a position that affected millions of Nevadans at the time. The public record is the only place where I have obtained any information. Public record is where, in my mind, any hope of understanding what occurred behind closed doors will ever be found. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for allowing me to share my story, and thank you for your dedication to this important matter of public concern.
Thank you, ma'am. Are there any